I need to tell my story. I need others to hear it, because right now it feels like I have no one else I can tell. On May 23rd, 2022, at 5:32 in the morning, I found out that my wife was cheating on me. Every morning before work, I would kiss her and tell her that I love her. That morning, she was loudly snoring in bed. She had been drinking and only came home around 3 a.m. lately. She'd been doing this often, and I accepted it because I knew socializing was important to her. I trusted her and didn't want to restrict her. I didn't like it, but I thought, as a good husband, I should let her do what she said she needed. Recently, I've been working more, much more. We had extra work, and we wanted to finally start building our dream home, which had been delayed for years because of permits and complications. I wanted us to have financial stability in these difficult times. I knew my wife felt lonely, but we had plans for the future. We were planning a honeymoon, and I thought spending time with friends in the short term would be enough for her. When I walked into the bedroom, I saw her phone on the edge of the bed. I knew her password, and I wanted to check if everything was okay. I wanted to prove to myself that my suspicions were baseless, that I was just paranoid, and that I was wrong to think my wife was cheating. I picked up the phone and went through her messages. Just a few of them were enough to confirm that something was going on, that she was cheating. I put the phone back, not knowing how to react, and drove to work. I cried the whole way and even thought about driving my car into a ditch, but I didn't. I arrived at work and kept myself busy. Later, I got a normal message from my wife telling me that she thinks I'm handsome and that she loves me. I didn't want to start a discussion over text, so I replied the same way and then cried again in the bathroom at work. By midday, I received an anonymous message. Someone confirmed what I already knew. My wife was cheating. That person didn't want to interfere, but cared enough to let me know. It hurt so much to realize that others knew before I did, that it was obvious to them while I was blind. I still don't know who sent that message, but I'm grateful they did, for caring about me or about the sanctity of marriage. The day dragged on endlessly, but it finally ended. On the way home, I cried again. My wife was drinking and hanging out with the neighbors. I went over there and texted her to come home. I still remember so vividly watching her walk toward the front door. She was fine, happy, carefree, and I knew everything in our lives was about to change. I told her I had received a disturbing message that day and asked if she was cheating on me, showing her the text on my phone. She looked me straight in the eyes and said, no. She wanted to know who sent it, but I didn't know either. I asked to see her phone. She handed it to me without hesitation and asked, don't you trust me? I would never do that to you. Do you really think I'd cheat on you? She shook her head in disbelief, as if I was the one betraying her trust. My heart sank when I looked through her phone. She had deleted everything incriminating. For a moment, I believed her. Maybe I imagined the messages earlier. Maybe I was a bad husband for snooping through her phone, but I knew I hadn't made it up. I told her I had read her messages that morning, that I knew she deleted them, and that I knew something was going on. That's when she admitted that something happened, that our neighbor kissed her, but she didn't want to tell me because she didn't want a small mistake to turn into a bigger problem. From what I had read, I knew it was more than just a kiss. I wanted to leave immediately, grab a bag, drive to my parents', and be with someone who loved me. But I was in shock. She lied to my face, tried to turn it around on me. And if I hadn't known better, she would have made me feel like I was the bad partner. And I think she would have been fine with that. We started talking and decided we needed to communicate more. We'd been together for almost 20 years, and breaking up felt unbearable. Between tears, we spoke about the issues in our marriage, lack of intimacy, lack of attention, not feeling needed. It was almost a relief to talk about these problems out loud because they could be fixed, but cheating and lying couldn't. The next day, I took time off work so we could talk more. She told me that the neighbor had kissed her, that it was just a mistake, but then admitted it had been going on for weeks. She even brought him to her birthday party at my parents' house. She introduced him to my family. He was a distant relative of mine, and my mom was so happy to see him after years. That broke something even deeper inside me. She insisted there was no sex, but the messages I saw told me otherwise. She said she ended it on May 20th, but I had proof they were still exchanging dirty texts on May 23rd. Every time she retold the story, she left something out. I realized she wasn't truly remorseful. She was just trying to minimize it. That week was the first time I seriously thought about ending my life. Not just a fleeting thought, but a real urge. I sat in my car, crying, thinking about how easy it would be. I didn't want to die. I just didn't want to be alive anymore. Eventually, I went back home and asked her to tell me everything. She admitted more, but I could never be sure she told the full truth. And honestly, I don't think she regrets it much. She justified her actions with loneliness and sadness. She shifted the blame onto me for not making her feel desired. I realized I was in an abusive relationship. Despite everything, I still loved her. We even ended up having sex again after talking for hours. I knew it was wrong, but in that moment, she wanted me, and I wanted her, and I gave in. We decided to take some time apart. I moved in with my parents for a few days. She begged me not to tell them about her cheating, and I didn't. They only know I'm struggling, but they've been nothing but supportive. The truth is, I don't know what I want to do. All signs point to divorce, but I feel trapped in my love for her. All my dreams for the future were with her. It's why this is so painful. My love blinds me, and it feels like the stronger my love, the worse it hurts. Writing this out has helped me process my feelings a little. I'm sharing it because I can't talk about this with anyone close to me. Maybe a therapist will help me decide what to do next. If you've read this far, thank you for listening. If you've gone through something similar, I'd love to hear your story too. Editor's note: thank you to everyone who reached out, commented, and gave such thoughtful advice. Some of it was hard to hear, but I needed it. I didn't even know this kind of help was out there. Thank you.